I've got a place in London Marathon. I've got a place in London Marathon. It's a charity place. I'll talk a little bit about the charity in a little while. Yeah, it's really, really exciting. I have been trying to get a place in London for years, absolute years, since before lockdown, since I started running. Yeah. So the furthest I've ever ran is a half marathon. So this is twice that. And I always just think, when I get to the end of the Great North Run, which is my chosen half marathon, the idea of someone saying to me, right now turn around and go back to Newcastle, go back to where you started. I'm like, no, pain. How on this earth do people run that far? It baffles the mind, but we're gonna find out. So yeah, a little bit about who I'm running for. I'm running for Muscular Dystrophy UK. It's a charity that's really, really important to me and my family. So I'm a carrier of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. My mum's a carrier of it, my auntie is, my grandma is, my uncle had it and died, and a couple of my grandma's brothers had it and sadly passed away. So yeah, it's a bit of a big deal. There's obviously a risk of me passing it on to any children that I have. I do want kids, so it's something that I do need to be aware of and prepared for. But this charity does wonderful work to support families and put money into research. There's more than one type of muscular dystrophy. There's a few that sit within the umbrella, but I know more about Duchenne because that's the one that I'm affected by, that my family has been affected by. So yeah, my fundraising target is £1,750, and I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I've got a bit of a plan, so I will go through that on this video as well before we get into the marathon videos, which will come. I want to document this whole journey, just the ups and downs and the day. If I get that far, I will get that far. So yeah, let's get into it. So my marathon training actually starts on Monday. It's Easter Monday. Today is Good Friday. I don't know when this will go on. It could be after I've started my running, in fairness. But, so my first run is a 15-minute easy run, which will be fine. I haven't actually done any running since the Great North Run last year, but I did follow a proper training plan for the first time ever, and I got my fastest time. Like, I'm not a fast runner by any means, but it was the fastest I've done it, and I've done it probably about 7 or 8 times now. So that was like 2 hours 22 minutes. I haven't decided to put a target on the marathon yet. It feels a little bit too early. So I think there is, let's check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4 runs a week. Tends to be a long run on a Sunday. So this is like a 6-month training plan. It's kind of in 2 blocks. So there's like a bit of a marathon build up and then it goes straight into the marathon training. And there is at some point a half marathon within this, which feels too early to be going straight into one. So my longest, on one of my long run days, which is the 5th of June, it's a half marathon. And I mean, it does say take walking breaks if needed. It is a beginner's plan. We'll see how we'll get on with that. So yeah, I'm quite excited for the training, if I'm completely honest. I think there's a lot going on in my life at the minute, and having a bit of a routine and an aim that kind of takes me out of what's going on for me will be a good thing, selfishly. It's something that I've always wanted to do as well, but I've just never been able to get into the marathon. So here we are. If I did get a ballot place, I would have always ran for the charity that I'm running for anyway. The fundraising target has always scared us off, but I've just thought, you know what, this year I put loads of goals in place that I was going to do all of these things, and one of them was the London Marathon. So here we are. So in terms of fundraising, I've got a few different ideas. So I did actually do a sweepstake for the Grand National last week and got £45 for that. £45 it is a lot of money. towards the fundraising target, but it just seems so minute in the grand scheme of my target. So I'm trying to come up with a few different ideas, because I don't think that I'll be able to rely on just asking people to sponsor us. I think I'm going to have to put a little bit more work into it. So a few ideas that I have had: I've started a new page on Instagram to sell digital art. So I sell some digital art anyway on Etsy that I make money with, but I've decided to do slightly different things to raise money. So there'll be a minimum donation for loads of different things, and it's a lot of like digital portraits, but I've also done some race posters for Manchester Marathon, so you can write like your PB and it's got like a nice image of the map. I'll put these up on the screen as I'm talking about them. So I think that will help. I'm going to try and be really consistent on that Instagram page. We'll see how that goes, but I think if I can get that set up and keep sharing to it. I've got it linked to a Facebook page with the same name. I'll link all of these down below just in case anyone wants to have a look. If you're currently on this journey with me, let's do it together. Steal each other's ideas more like. Yeah, so that's one idea. I probably will do some more sweepstake type things. I've used football cards for the Great North Run a few times, where you kind of just pick a team and then you scratch off, and whoever wins the money, and then half goes towards the charity. So I might do a couple of them. I've decided, since this channel is all about leveling up my life, it still sounds weird saying that, even though that's essentially what I'm doing. I did want to have a lot of sort outs, a lot of organising, a bit of a declutter. So I'm thinking, rather than put stuff to the charity shop, which is what I would normally do, have a car boot sale and use the money for my sponsors. So maybe do like 2 or 3 over the summer, and any money that I get from selling those clothes will go straight to my fundraising, and then anything that I don't sell, I can just charity shop anyway. I mean, it's all doing something for charity regardless of where it goes. Yeah, so that's another idea that I've got. I don't really know if I've got anything else to update you on in terms of the training itself. I mean, I am excited to start it. I am a little bit daunted by the sheer distance. Like I say, I've never done that far before. I've done half of it. That's the furthest I've ever done. And I've done no running at all since, when's the Great North Run? September. So that's September, October, November. 7 months I haven't ran, and I've had COVID in that time, so we'll see how my lungs go. But I have found from the half marathon, where I did get my PB, easy runs make you fitter. So a lot of my old training plan for last year was easy running, and I used to think I'm never going to be able to run the time that I want to run while I'm doing like 11-minute miles. Like, it just didn't seem to marry up in my head. But then when it came to race day, I kind of had a lot more in the tank and I could do it. So yeah, I'm going to rely on that. I'm going to follow the plan, stick to the plan, sort my nutrition out slightly. Although I am still going to eat chocolate and pizza, probably, definitely. But I just think the more I can do to look after my body, the better. So that includes stretching as well. And I'm going to look for some running drills. I don't know if I'm taking on too much. I don't want to do too much at once and then just like completely injure myself. But I don't think I will. The first runs are short runs. So yeah, I will be, this is just a little bit of an introduction to be honest, but I will be documenting my journey. I don't know if I'll be doing it every week, because I still live with my ex-partner and no one knows that I'm actually recording myself and putting all of this on the internet, so I'd rather he didn't find out, to be honest. It's awkward talking to a camera anyway, never mind when your ex is in the house. So yeah, I'll try and be as consistent as I can. The house is going up for sale as well, so it'll be interesting trying to sell a house, deal with separating from someone after 8 years and training for a marathon and fundraising £1,750. I'll be a stronger person at the other side of it, I'm sure. So yeah, if anyone else is doing London Marathon, please feel free to join me on my journey. I've got an Instagram where I used to post a lot of weight lossy stuff and fitness stuff, so I'm gonna post all of my journey on there, so I'll leave that down below as well if you want to follow us on there. If not, I keep looking for videos like this of people's marathon training journey, so I will keep looking at those and hopefully follow a few of you, subscribe to a few of your journeys as well. So thank you very much for watching. If you do want to see more with my marathon journey, please subscribe, like this video, and I will see you when I've started running. Bye.